offense.
That's usually more effective when you have a kicking game.
Right.
But so at the sophomore level, that's not always as relevant.
Well, and historically, and I can't say I have seen the sophomore kicker tonight for Bettendorf because I was doing some paperwork before I got up here, that historically Bettendorf has decent specialists, and historically Muscatine does too. So it's always interesting to see what the kicking is like here at the sophomore level.
Well, we've only got 10 guys out there, so hopefully we'll get an 11th trot out there
The quarterback is getting the play, it looks like, over
Okay.
here on the sideline.
There we go.
Because Muscatine will go on offense first as Bettendorf won the toss and selected to go on defense. And as you can see, the Muscatine varsity players are now lined up in the end zone, getting ready to warm up, but they're watching on with anticipation, seeing if their brethren on the sophomore team can pull this one off.
Spread formation for the Muskies here.
Give is to number 24.
Nice little step.
I believe that's Mike Kozad. That's, yes, Mike Kozad on the carry. I'm going to my Varsity Bound app to see if I can find this sophomore roster. If you folks haven't signed up and gotten the app for Varsity Bound, it's replaced the Quick Stats Iowa, which is a great source of information for all things Muscatine, Muskie sports, and any sports really in the state of Iowa.
Nice little take there.
Run again. That's Kozad again on the carry. Beautiful, brisk night for football here. We're in October, so it definitely feels like October and football weather tonight, Ben.
Yeah, I took my kid to soccer when the sun was up, and it was phenomenal outside, and all of a sudden sun went down, and sweatshirts and coats and hoods came on. Big third down here, Joel.
The give is to Kozad. He is met in the backfield. Fine play by the young man, number 64 and 13, I believe, for Bettendorf.
I think that might have been Cody Charles for the Bulldogs there.
So we are in overtime. It's the Muscatine sophomore game. And we will have our full pregame show leading in, but we thought this has been such a fantastic game. Let's go on. Let's go live. Let's bring you guys some bonus coverage.
Well, it's also a lot later than normal. This year, all our games have been starting around 7:15. This game's still going, and here we are at 7:20. Big fourth down now for the Muskies. Going to throw it. Oh,
and
up in the air.
Oh, almost caught on the tip drill. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and now the Bettendorf offense will come on. If they score, it is over. That is a win. If they do not score and Muscatine holds,
most likely a tie.
It's most likely a tie. Now, however, if it is like a scoop and score or an interception return for touchdown, that is how Muscatine can also win this game.
Is that legal?
Yeah, as long as it's not a after touchdown. If it's in overtime, it's just standard play. It's just from a shorter field.
You don't see this a lot in sophomore.
No,
man.
not at all. I haven't seen it a lot in high school either.
Little power pistol here out of the Bulldogs.
Quarterback keep, quarterback power.
Nice tackle there. I don't know if that's Kirk Stevens.
Mendoza on the carry for the Bulldogs. So sophomore bonus coverage as we're in overtime. Muscatine, if you're just joining us, Muscatine did have a chance to score. They started at the 10-yard line, and Bettendorf held them without points. So now Bettendorf, any sort of score, wins the game here. Quarterback keep again, and he is going to reach into the end zone for the touchdown, and Mendoza scores to win the game for the Bulldogs.
Spirited effort there by the sophomores, though. Great job to drive down the field. I know Coach Truitt's going to be proud of them being able to drive down there, get the touchdown, get a 2-point conversion under duress, and like to see him pull it out there, but appreciate the fighting spirit.
So Great effort there from the Muscatine sophomores. Glad we could bring you guys that bonus coverage. Joel Kraushaar, Ben Neitzel here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We are going to take a little bit of a break here as they put 25 minutes on the clock as the Bulldogs and the Muskies prepare for their varsity competition. It is senior night, though, for some other teams here in Muscatine. We will have senior night for the cross country, the band as well. We'll also be having their senior night introductions. And then we'll also have a special guest during our pregame show, and I will just let you guys wait and see who that's going to be. And we appreciate you watching. Again, check out the Healthy Smiles Family Dentistry Muscatine Muskie fan
Joel,
cam.
I'm not saying it's Bill Belichick, but I'm not saying it's Bill Belichick either.
On his way to who do the Patriots have this weekend?
Who cares?
Yeah. It's not my
It's
Dolphins.
not the Packers. Don't care.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to step away for, let's go 5-minute break. Return, and we'll be back with more programming. Actually, we're going to take a longer break than that now as I look at the clock. We're going to take a break for 10 minutes, and then we will be back with our special guest in the Muscatine Muskie pregame show on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know RIVO as expert plumbers.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
You're going to want to go check out Bark Chiropractic's new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine. Whether you need a basic, athletic, or accident injury treated, have a specific body problem such as back pain, leg pain, arm pain, or a spinal condition, need pain relief, or just want to improve your overall health, and no matter what your age, from infants to adults, Bark Chiropractic may have a solution for you. Call to make an appointment today. They're excited to see you at their new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home
This is such a unique experience being in the press box, looking out at Muscatine Community Stadium on a crisp night. It's 50 degrees, I just checked, and second to last home game, of course, unless Muscatine, like you said, could win out or split, looking at a possibility of a home playoff game. Joe, I don't know when the last home playoff game has happened. I feel like I might have been here when it did, but
I believe it was 2014 against Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Muscatine lost on overtime.
Wow.
To the Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Maybe it was 2013 even, now that I think about it. It's not been the last time since Muscatine's been in the playoffs, but I believe that was the last time we played a home game. And I'm sure that if one of you happens to know the exact date and I've made a mistake, feel free to engage with us on the comments, whether you're watching it on YouTube or on Facebook Live. Feel free to reach out to us and engage and correct me if I'm wrong. Not too much, though.
Light stick if you'll have it.
But so, Tony, you are in a couple weeks into this new role with the school district and so much going on. What are some things that you have seen in the beginning of your tenure? And I follow you guys on social media. So much going on in the buildings around the district.
Yeah, Joel, it's been awesome. So new job, third weekend as Director of Communications and Community Engagement. It's a new position within the district, but it's not new elsewhere. You know, Bettendorf Community School District probably has a person. I know Davenport does, Iowa City. So it's an opportunity to do a couple of different things. It's telling the story of the school district. So I've really tried to get into all of our different buildings. Today in particular, I was with Dr. Candy Steele at Jefferson. Jefferson Elementary is unbelievable. Hadn't really spent any time in there. It's a beautiful building. Dr. Steele is so impressive. They're doing so many good things. And then a half hour after that, I was at Susan Clark Junior High with Assistant Principal Jen Fridley, who is new in that role but familiar with Muscatine. She's a Muscatine native. And, so it's really been nice for me to get around to meet our staff. Yes, active on social media is part of it, and then looking at different ways that we can reach out to folks, whether it's external communications or internal communications. You know, the school district, Joel, there's 1,000 employees. I didn't even know that until I started. That makes us one of the largest employers. And I want to make sure that everybody that works for the Muscatine Community School District knows what's going on and feels like they're well informed. And that's when you talk about 1,000 people, that's quite a bit. One thing that I'm proud of is we are having a good showing for an upcoming United Way of Muscatine Live United Day on October 16th. So really got the crew motivated, purchasing some shirts and Live United face masks. So a lot of stuff like that. And then getting out into the community and making sure that we're listening to our folks in town that either have kids enrolled or are in different businesses, and we want to start to have conversations to make sure that, all of the kids that come through Muscatine schools are a success, right? Every student a success story, and then making sure that those kids are set up so that should they, after high school, pursue whether it's college or a trade or entering the workforce, that those students are ready to hit the ground running. And that's what I've done in 3 weeks, starting a new job amidst the pandemic. Has been interesting, but I want to say, after having spent time in all of our buildings, that I think people would be surprised, Joel, at how education looks, but how resilient these kids are. Our students, they're wearing their masks, they're social distancing, they're not complaining about the masks, the classrooms are cleaned every day, and our staff, whether it's teachers or bus drivers or folks in the food service department, they're all showing up every day. And that hasn't changed, but certainly the conditions are different. None of us have had to work through a pandemic. So I'm just really proud of everything that I've seen, and I'm so thankful to be able to continue to live and work in this community. Yeah, that was the longest answer ever. Sorry.
No, it was a good one.
And the game's over, everybody. Muskie 500. No, I'm kidding. No. But, yeah, it's good. So far, so good.
Well, and you mentioned the improvements, things that are happening, too, and just investment in the community and in the district. We see that here at the stadium with our new concourse. This is the second voyage for that, which also is an important part of the infrastructure. it is also a storm shelter for our students as well. It's not just a cosmetic piece for Friday nights. It's very important to the safety operations of our school as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, this high school campus, whether it was the Van Heck Center, the new concessions and ticket areas you mentioned, it just looks great.
Well, and the new STEM wing,
yes,
too.
The STEM wing is awesome. You know, the Carver Charitable Trust stepping up to the plate. Obviously, the Carver family, no stranger to wanting kids to succeed in education. But the fact that they continue to invest, that STEM wing at Muscatine High School is something else. And I know that it's challenging because of the pandemic. Folks are not able to get into our buildings. So that's why you're seeing so many things go out socially or in our email contact system, because I want people to feel like they can appreciate what's going on. And of course, we hope to, get back to quote unquote normal and to a point where we can have a full crowd on a Friday night and then get people back into our building. But that STEM wing is great. And there's just so many good things to come. And I can't wait to be able to talk all about it.
Yeah, we look forward to having you on as much as we can throughout the basketball season as well. And, Discover Muscatine is doing a lot, too, to try to shed light on what's going on in the building when we can. This is the first time in my time, as a student here. I graduated in 2000 and came back in 2006. I've never seen volleyball and swimming and those other sports on TV or covered by any other media. So we're doing our best, too, to try to get that out to the community, because I always say, whether it's in the arts, where the band is getting ready to take the field as well, whether it's the arts, athletics, speech and debate, these activities that these students are engaging in, let's salute those kids. Let's get them as much exposure, because they're taking their time. That they could be working a part-time job. They could be, doing something that they shouldn't be doing, whatever. They're choosing to reinvest in our community by giving their time as athletes and as participants in activities. And that's we should celebrate that as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll say, sincere thank you to Chris Anderson and, Jessica Meinertz here on a camera, and to yourself and Ben Neitzel. This is not a small production, what you guys are doing, and it's a lot of setup, and people don't get to see that, but I'm here to tell you, I love watching the games on my flat screen on YouTube. It's really, the technology is great, and I know I can speak on behalf of Muscatine High School Activities and Athletic Director Tom Ulsis and our new superintendent Clint Christopher, who I'd love to have stop by on a pregame. They're so appreciative of the investment and the fact that, there's families out of town that are able to watch a niece or nephew or a grandson or a granddaughter. I love the swimming. You hit that one on the head. And we're just really, think about this. We're in Muscatine, Iowa. And here's what I want to say. My friend Jay reached out. He does Don't Hassle Us, We're Local radio show in the Quad Cities.
Jay is,
And he said, who's doing the game tonight? He's a big Bettendorf guy. And I said, Discover Muscatine is. And he said, I'm going to push out all their links. And I said, you should, because they've got, HD video. They've got incredible coverage. And he's trying to kind of do something similar for Bettendorf, which is great that Muscatine, Joel, is setting the trend as far as covering high school athletics.
Selfishly, in my opinion, we've set the curve in the MAC, and I'm not trying to toot our own horn. It's really other people who have put all that hard work in, but I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I don't get to sit in the stands with I have like a 9-year-old son who's at home watching the game. Hi, buddy. He doesn't get to sit in the stands with his dad and learn the game like I did, and this is kind of my way to do that. He can learn the game from me via that television, which is kind of a cool thing. Well, Tony, you and I could ramble on for hours.
Yeah,
the band's getting ready to take the field, and we're getting ready. We're about 4 minutes from kickoff, and Ben and I are going to break this thing down for you. But it's always good to have you back in the booth, Tony, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, thank you very much. Go Muskies, and everybody that's enjoying this game, please, support the folks that are sponsoring these games. Give them your business, and thank you again for having me. I appreciate it.
And the last thing I will say is, because you will never say it, we're very lucky to have you in this role in this community, and everyone knows we go back, in the radio days, and we were partners on a podcast, but no one works harder for the community, whether you're working for the school district or other organizations, than you do, and we all really appreciate it, and we're happy to have you back in this role and continuing to move our school district forward, because it's so important for all of us. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sir. It's easy to do. 2 kids currently enrolled. My daughter, who turns 2 today. Happy birthday,
Lucy.
Another one on the way. So it's a great time to be a Muskie, and Go Muskies.
Another one on the way.
No, I meant into the schools. No more. Listen, no more kids. I meant Lucy getting into the school system.
We almost had breaking news there.
Boy.
Sorry,
So,
Casey,
no.
if you're watching.
No.
I apologize.
Shout out to Henry, Theo, and just Lucy, who will be in the school system soon. I'm going to get out of here
Yes,
before
absolutely,
I put my foot in my mouth.
I can't wait for the text you're going to get. All right, I'm going to step away for a little bit as the band takes the field, and we'll be back with a breakdown after the national anthem here with Ben Neitzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Welcome back to Muscatine Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Muscatine faces off with Bettendorf. 2-3 is Muscatine coming into this game, riding a 2-game winning streak against Davenport West and Davenport North. Bettendorf coming in 2-3 on the year. They fell to Washington, Iowa in the first game of the season. Last week they were defeated by Pleasant Valley. So as we do have the national anthem here, so we're going to keep it right here, but we're going to take a quick break while we listen to the Muscatine Marching Band play the national anthem.
All right, we're back at Muscatine Stadium, getting ready for our national anthem. The Muskie Band is out there. Folks, we have
Fine rendition of the national anthem by the Muscatine Marching Band, directed by Jeff Hyde and Lee Plummer. Fine performance there from the band on celebrating their senior night tonight in Bend. That's a good tee-off here for what looks to be a pretty good football game between Muscatine and Bettendorf. Bettendorf comes in, like we said earlier, 2-3 on the year, and there are major playoff implications in this ball game as the team that wins really has the upper hand towards a first-round bye in this expanded playoff atmosphere that is Muscatine High School football in 2020.
Well, that's exactly right, Joel. I mean, to remind people, everybody's getting in the playoffs, but whether you're on the road or at home, a lot of that's going to be determined here in the next 2 weeks of the season.
And I was talking with some sources I have actually at the Iowa High School Athletic Association, and with the depletion of the Des Moines Public Schools, who are not playing football right now due to the Des Moines Public Schools decision to go to completely online learning, that takes 4 schools out of the equation. So there are going to be more buys in the first round, it looks like, too. So that whole playoff picture is up in the air. So you got to do it right now, though. You have to win the game on Friday night before you can think about 2 weeks from now when you're playing a playoff game.
Well, that is correct.
And Muscatine led by their quarterback, who, again, took over in Week 3, Eli Gay, who was an all-state wide receiver as a sophomore, one of the top players in the district last year as a wide receiver. Takes the reins at quarterback in Week 3, and he has led the Muskies in rushing. He's got 406 yards on the ground. I apologize, on 72 carries. Muscatine has 4 rushers over 100 yards on the season. Tim Nimley, 29 carries for 161 yards, the all-time rusher in program history.
Can I, off the top of my head, guess his passing stats?
Yes.
0 yards on the season. Is that correct?
No.
What?
That is not correct. He
shame
is
on
10
me.
for 13 with 110 yards passing. Most of those passing yards, though, coming on short passes behind the line of scrimmage to the likes of Prince Wee, who is the leading receiver with 10 catches for 93 yards. So Mason Crabtree also has done well running the ball, but it's really been Mentor Cooper who is leading the way with 86 carries, 529 yards, averaging 6.2 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns on the year.
Well, a little bit of a four-headed monster for the Muskies in terms of the ground game. Obviously, Eli, tremendous athlete, keeping the ball in his hands. We jest a little bit, but keeping the ball, being able to run. Then, of course, you've got Tim Nimley, who's had a slow start with injuries. Of course, Mentor has had a fantastic year, really carried the load. And then, as we talked about, just a great start, too, from, at the beginning of the season from all the runners and being able to get where they need to go. And just really positive forward gain and really do a nice job of, we're not very balanced right now, but we are doing a really good job of being able to still make plays, still get first downs, touchdowns, and really do a good job there.
We can talk about the statistical numbers for these backs who have run the ball so successfully, but nothing would happen without this offensive line. 5 or 6 guys really paving the way for the Muskies, and it's been pretty remarkable because especially the last 2 weeks and even 3 weeks ago at Pleasant Valley, everyone knows what Muscatine is going to do, and those boys up front are still making holes and creating opportunities for these backs to break free.
Yeah, they've really done a nice job, and I'll credit the coaching staff with putting those guys in positions to make good blocks and really do a good job. And the kids themselves, and after the ball, still block somebody. And then on both sides of the ball, just being able to move the front, get your helmet onto guys, and get some space, and allow these talented backs to be able to get positive yardage.
And the starting left tackle for Muscatine, Caden Roberts, did go out of the game with injury last week. I did think I saw him warming up, though, tonight, so we're hoping to see him back in the lineup to go along with that offensive line. Now, talking about Bettendorf, with Bettendorf, it really never seems to change too much. They always kind of have the same type of body type so they can plug in and play in multiple positions. Zach Garton, their quarterback, just 290 yards passing on the year at 10 yards per catch. But what he's done, though, is he's helped get the ball to their backs. Ryan Cole leading the way, rushing 337 yards on the ground, just averaging under 6 yards a carry. They've scored 8 total touchdowns on the ground and 10 touchdowns total as a team. But what we also expect to see a lot is one of the better receivers in the state in Tynan Nukina. 9 catches, 133 yards, but he's a deep ball threat, and he can go at a moment's notice.
Well, and I think that we'll see how good he is tonight. Obviously, I think Muscatine matches up pretty well in the backfield or in the secondary with pretty much anybody. We've called George's name a lot this year and does a good job. You've got Prince Wee back there. And then kind of the unsung hero, which we mentioned a couple games ago, David Dalby out there. Not the tallest kid in the world, he'll tell you that, but very hard-nosed, plays great press coverage, and really able to stick with people. So, I think Muscatine's got one of the best secondaries they've had in a long time, and we'll see what they can do tonight.
We can talk about stat sheets, and that's what you see when you look at these games on paper, but I'm really intrigued at the matchup in the trenches tonight. Griffin Little, a heavyweight wrestler, a future Iowa Hawkeye football player on the offensive and defensive line for the Bulldogs, going up against TD Tongan Deason for the Muskies, who's proving himself to be one of the dominant forces on the defensive line in the state of Iowa, not just in Muscatine history, but potentially in southeast Iowa as a whole this year. It could be a good battle between two Division I prospects on the gridiron tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch tonight, that's for sure.
You don't get to see often those big line the line matchups, and as a former guard myself and defensive tackle myself, I'm really looking forward to that. If you're seeing on the screen, Griffin Little, number 70 for the Bulldogs, 6'3", 270. TD for the Muskies, number 72, 6 foot 280 is what he's listed in the program. And Muscatine will be kicking off to start this game. We're about a minute away from kickoff. Actually, I think we might be closer. I think they're going to wind the clock and get this one going after what was a barn burner overtime game, and the sophomores were Bettendorf won in overtime against the Muskies. Hoping to see an exciting football game here as well in the varsity game.
Or if we just smashed them, that'd be okay too, Joel.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting to me. Absolutely. We do welcome all of our watchers and listeners from the Quad Cities. I'm Joel Kraushaar, my partner Ben Neitzel. Ben, former head sophomore coach here at Muscatine. Your first year retired from coaching. We appreciate you joining us in the booth.
My pleasure as always.
Xander Morgan to kick off for the Muskies. The kick is down the middle. That likes Numkina with a return. He gets out over the 30. And actually, no, I apologize. That was Cole on the return. Ryan Cole for the Bulldogs. So 1st and 10 for Bettendorf as we're underway just over the 30-yard line, right about the 35. I don't know, is there a flag on the play?
I don't think so. Nice tackle there by defensive end Nick Peterson on the kick coverage. Like we talked about all year, that kid's very athletic, good, big, tall frame, but still quick and very maneuverable.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Muscatine and Bettendorf. Nice opening kickoff return for the Bulldogs.
Muskie showing pressure early.
Ooh. Movement up front.
They're going to call that on the Muskies here in high school. He was going first, but.
And they are going to call offsides. That's David Wanty, the linebacker. Just tried to get a jump on the play and jumped off sides.
Well, and to remind our viewers as well, in high school you can't come back. If it's a neutral zone infraction on the defense, that's an automatic penalty. There's no recovery like there is in the NFL. Oh,
he does
David,
it again.
Come on, David.
So that's 2 plays in a row. He's got a first down, and Bettendorf hasn't even had to snap the ball.
Might be time to blitz somebody else, Joel.
And on cue, Anthony Sanchez coming into the ball game. Learning opportunity for the young man.
Well, and you feel bad. He's obviously amped. He's ready to play. He's excited. They're bringing him on the blitz, so early excitement, and just got to contain a little bit more. You get that sometimes your junior year.
Garton throws it out to Numkina. He cuts it back in, breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and he's going to have a first down. Easy passing completion there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that was all on Numkina there. I mean, he got that ball behind the line of scrimmage on the catch and was able to turn that into about a 10-yard gain.
Both teams will not huddle tonight, I don't anticipate, but both go at a moderate tempo. It's not lightning speed for either one. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. 11:45 to play. Here's the jet sweep to Numkina. He gets upfield, broken tackle, and then he is met by Prince Wee, number 21. And it's been a fantastic tackling secondary all season for the Muskies.
Well, it's interesting. Muscatine here early on seems content to bring a lot of pressure up the middle. So I don't know if they saw something in film or not, but they're showing their blitz straight away, and they've brought it up the guts every single time so far.
So Bettendorf will go 3 wide receivers right to Garton. Cole in the backfield. High snap. Garton back to pass. Nick Peterson with the sack.
Nice job.
Nick Peterson, the 6'4 senior, getting through in a huge tackle for loss for the Muskies.
Yeah, nice pressure there by Nick, and really just good push all along the offensive or the defensive line there, keeping people occupied. Nick came free, used that big frame, and made the play.
That puts the ball back into Bulldog territory across the 50, and it'll be 2nd and 21. Wanty back in the ball game for the Muskies. They give us to Cole, and he is met, again, right at the line of scrimmage by Wanty himself for a short gain.
Nice job by David. Love seeing him back in the game there, being able to make plays.
So they make it 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 for the Bulldogs at the Muscatine 48-yard line. We're just under 10 and a half to play in the first quarter. This is the first drive for Bettendorf. Garton in the shotgun with Cole to his right. Sprint out to the right. Little out and up move. And that is going to be a completed pass to Jacob Ripple, but it'll be short of the first down. That sack was such a huge play on first down for the Muskies.
Well, very interesting here to see what Bettendorf's going to do. Looks to me, I'm not seeing any personnel change. Looks like they might be going for it here.
So the 4th down attempt here for the Bulldogs.
I don't know if they have the quick kick capabilities here. Or
It looks like it's possible how the running back and quarterback are lined, but Garton now comes up even, and he is going to take a couple steps back. I think this is a quick kick, Ben. Here's a quick kick from Garton, trying to pin Muscatine back deep, and he's going to do it. That was a nice kick for Bettendorf, and it'll be Muscatine's ball right around the 5-yard line. So the quick kick executed to perfection.
yeah, nice job there. You know, again, it's a weird spot. Certainly could see him going for it if they wanted to, but nice call there by the Bulldogs to get in a quick kick formation. Muscatine didn't have anybody back, and we're able to get a nice kick from the punter too, quarterback.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Muskies. Eli Gay comes out at quarterback with Mentor Cooper in and Nolan Raker at tight end in the backfield of the H-back. Look, Prince Wee and Xander Morgan split out wide.
Little forefront from Bettendorf there.
The give is to Cooper. He breaks a few tackles. He's going to have a positive game, but it's not a big one on first down.
A little bit of a chess match now. We'll see what Muscatine's got in the tank here and what Bettendorf is going to respond with.
2nd and 8 for the Muskies at their own 7-yard line. Eli Gay in the pistol with Mentor Cooper behind. The snap. Gay's going to keep it. He's going to go off left tackle. He's in the open field. Eli Gay out over the 15. That's going to be a first down. Huge first down conversion for the Muskies.
Well, nice job there by Muscatine. Bettendorf switched to a 3 front, which can screw up a lot of your blocking assignments. Muscatine adjusted really well. Alex Edwards got a real nice block on Griffin Little and sprung him to the outside.
So the Muskies with a first down gives them some more breathing room. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. 8:45 and counting in the first quarter.
Bettendorf got out of the 3 front.
The give now. This is Mentor Cooper off left tackle, right tackle, excuse me. And he's going to be close to another first down, Ben. He does have it.
Really been a pleasure all year to watch Mentor run. I've really just been impressed with his dedication, hard work, and just how hard he runs the ball.
And now the fast tempo. They give it to Cooper. He's off right tackle. Mentor's met in the hole. And he is going to have a nice little gain there on first down.
Well, you love to see that.
One thing that's been impressive, too, for Mentor is seeing his pad level stay low all season long. He's such a dynamic runner, but he runs with power, not just speed.
You know, he's a very strong kid. But you're right. If you don't stay low, it doesn't matter how strong you are. They'll just cut you down.
Raker and Cooper in the backfield. Gay's going to keep it. Gay over right tackle. He's got some space, and he's just cut down by Cameron Figgs, who may have just saved a touchdown with that tackle.
Again, nice play call there by Muscatine. You know, Bettendorf brought hard pressure up the middle. Muscatine was able to get to the outside, get in a key block, and go forward. Get that first down, move the chains.
7:55 to go in the first quarter. Muscatine and Bettendorf tied at 0. This is Muscatine's first offensive possession after they held Bettendorf to a punt. Bettendorf quick kicked it down to the Muscatine 5-yard line, and the Muskies driving out from their own end zone. They give us to Cooper. He goes over right tackle. Another gain on first down. Tackle made by Jack Glenn.
Well, and, listen, this is the key. If you can get 5 yards every first down, I mean, obviously, that's a little bit of dreamland, but it keeps that whole playbook wide open. So, for offensive coordinator Bryce Leitner, that's all. He's got everything's on the table right now on 2nd and 5.
Eli Gay with Cooper in the backfield. Wide receivers 2 ways, out left and right. Eli Gay is going to keep it, a little delay, and he is forced out of bounds by Fig.
Well, interesting, I'm a little surprised, too, when we've got the 2 split out to the top side of the screen there. Bettendorf's taking their number 2 defender that's on our number 2 receiver and putting him on the top side of him. So he's out wide on him, and that's allowing our guys to block him out. I'm surprised they haven't put him on the inside. You're going to give up a little bit more leverage on the vertical route, but again, we haven't really shown that vertical threat very much. Be interesting to see if they keep that up or if they try to get some inside press leverage and be able to take away some of that outside stuff.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Muskies. Eli Gay takes the snap. He gives it to Cooper off left tackle, who's got another lane, and just great blocking up front for the Muskies and another first down on the ground.
Really nice job, and again there, Bettendorf brought the blitz, but they brought it too wide. The play was off tackle. Good call. That set them up for the first down.
So the Muskies with 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 42-yard line. 6:15 to go here in the first quarter. Twins left, Twins right. Prince Wee coming in motion. They're going to give it to Prince. He's over the right-hand side, and that is strung out for a loss. Tackle by Fig. Or excuse me, Jack Glenn coming up and making the tackle. Now, Ben, was that technically a pass? Because it looked like there was a little shovel, not just a handoff there.
It's hard to tell. It was real close. It was real
and
close.
The
I
benefit
think
of that
so.
is on that jet sweep, if there is a fumbled exchange and it is rolled incomplete, then you don't have to lose the.
Yeah, that quarterback's got to really make it obvious, though, if they want to get that call in their favor.
Eli Gay goes off right tackle. Good push from the Bulldog front.
Yeah, nice job there. Mustie's got to get a little bit stouter on that outside blocking there on that particular play.
So that'll make it 3rd and long for the Muskies. Which this is not the down and distance they like to live in with this running offense.
No, it would be the opposite.
So Eli Gay and Mentor Cooper in the backfield. Nolan Raker split out a little bit to the left at the H-back position. Nick Peterson in at tight end. Bobbled snap by Eli. And he's going to cut up. He had a little bit of a seam, but closed down quickly by the Bulldog defense.
Well, and I think his speed made that seem bigger than it was. I mean, I almost pulled my hamstring watching him run through that hole. That was a nice play by him, but Bettendorf able to collapse. And again, you put yourself in 3rd and 11, and you can get a real nice 6-yard gain, and it's still half what you need. So
Willie Mathis with the tackle there for Bettendorf. That'll bring Xander Morgan on to punt with Numkina back deep to receive.
Be interesting here. You would assume that we'll try to punt right to the sideline and keep the ball out of his hands, and they're setting the rugby punt up to go to the bottom of your screen.
Xander Morgan with the rugby punt. Trying to pin it down deep.
That's
Gets a
nice
great
job.
roll.
Nice
That's
job.
going to be just inside the 15-yard line.
I think about it,
Right
13
at the
there.
13.
And, that's a nice job. Obviously, you could get it closer to the end zone, but you're trying to, A, not kick in the end zone, give them to him at the 20, and B, keep it out of that kid's hand. So, I know Coach Krieger, Coach Ball are going to be very happy with Xander on his kick there.
And that'll bring us to the mandatory water break. We're going to take a quick 30-second break on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
And we're back at Muscatine Community Stadium. Joel Kraushaar, Ben Neitzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. And Ben, both teams kind of exchanging jabs in their first 2 offensive possessions. Both defenses giving up some yardage, but stalling the offense out right around the 50-yard line. And then both teams executing good punts, pinning the other offenses deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and a little bit stronger showing for the Muskies there as they obviously started on their 5. And I think it's worth pointing out, since you mentioned in the pregame, Caden Roberts, the outstanding senior lineman is in street clothes tonight, so he is not playing, which is going to obviously shuffle that offensive lineup a little bit, but still doing an admirable job moving the chains. And until they kind of stalled out there and got that first, had to punt there after the kind of a bad first down play. Great start. I mean, I think coaches have to be very happy. Obviously, you'd like to come away with points, but pretty encouraging when you start in the shadow of your goal like that.
So Bettendorf will take over at their own 13-yard line as Garton comes out at the quarterback position.
Be interesting getting TD a little bit of break here, so we move Trevor Barkalow into the nose position. See what the Muskie defense can do here.
Back to Garton, going for the tight end in the seam. And that's going to fall incomplete, intended for Oliver Becaris, the 6'6", 235-pound tight end, who's a fine athlete. We've seen him on the basketball floor as well. He had a little bit of a step in the seam.
Yeah, might have dodged a little bullet there. That's all right.
So Bettendorf comes out, 3 wide receivers to the right. Garton at quarterback, Cole at tailback. Snap is to Garton. He's got pressure. They throw it out. They find TJ Bogan, who fumbles to scoop and score. Touchdown Muskies. Reed Olson scoops and scores. Huge swing of events for the Muskies.
Yeah, what a tremendous effort there to get that ball and just take it and go to the house.
The defense strikes first, and the Muskies take a 6-0 lead on the turnover. Reed Olsis, the senior linebacker, scooping and scoring for the touchdown.
Nice job there. And that was all set up. I thought the Muskies got nice pressure there. They ran some games, some inside-outside blitz. Were able to put the quarterback under a little bit of pressure. He still got it off, but then out in the run of play there, nice job. Force the turnover, scoop it up, run it in the house. Big touchdown for the Muskies.
That'll bring on Prince Wee to kick the extra point. As Nolan Raker coming into the game for the Muskies. Extra point is up. And the kick is good. Prince Wee with the extra point. Muscatine takes a 7-0 lead with 4:29 to go in the first quarter. We're going to keep it right here, Ben. That's sometimes the sort of momentum break that you just absolutely need in a game like this. And Muscatine has to feel really good about how their defense is playing so far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever a time you don't want to scoop and score for a touchdown for sure. But I agree. I mean, I think, it's difficult too is you're coming out here, they got the ball first, which is helpful for us. They come down, we come down a little back and forth, and then you said get those points on the board, settle your team down a little bit, and be playing from the lead is great. And the way the defense is playing tonight, you got to feel really good about what's going on out there if you're Coach Hawkins.
Well, they've played well the last few weeks, shutting out Davenport West, only surrendering a field goal to North last week, and really holding a fine Pleasant Valley team, a top 10 ranked Pleasant Valley team, to just 21 points the week before. The Muskie defense has really kind of been an unsung hero throughout this season.
I mean, there's a lot of playmakers out there. I feel like we've talked about that all year. Is you've got a lot of great players, a lot of guys who are very, very good at what they do in different spots, and there's not a lot of weaknesses out there. And so I think you're seeing that. And obviously Coach Hawkins is the head coach, also defensive coordinator, been a defensive coordinator for a while now, and really has a good game plan out there, and really been coming up really well for the Muskies.
And we also know that Aaron Wiley has a game plan on the other side, too. So Bettendorf's, I'm sure, not done after that error. Cole receives the kickoff. He's over the 20. And he is brought down. Fine tackle in open field by Diego Rangel. A sentence we've said quite a bit this season.
Yeah,
Diego having a great year.
Yeah, he really is.
So the Muskie defense puts them on the board. Muscatine 7-0 lead off of the fumble return for touchdown. 4:24 to play here in the first quarter. Bettendorf's offense trying to get back in rhythm. Garton at quarterback. He's got Cole to his left.
Yeah, I would expect them to run the ball here, try to settle themselves down a little bit.
Kana and Becaris split out left. Cole's now going to go
now
in
it's
motion.
empty.
They're going to swing it out to Cole, and that's going to fall incomplete, trying to extend the running game through a little short, quick pass game.
Yeah, it's the old West Coast sweep there, right? Put the guy out in motion, Little bubble route, dump him the ball, and try and have him make some plays. But, of course, he's got to catch it first.
4:21 to go in the first quarter as Muscatine with a 7-0 lead. And Bettendorf looking over to the sideline, getting their plays in. As they will come out with Nucana and Ripple out wide. Garton calls out the signals. High snap over his head. And Garton just falls on it. Smart play by the quarterback, the senior quarterback. But that's another catastrophic mistake for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Coach Wiley's not going to be happy about that.
The high snap for Bettendorf makes it 3rd and forever. I think it's 3rd and 31.
Brings up bad memories for me, Joel. But this will be really interesting here. Of obviously you want to watch for this. You want to watch for the screen pass, and make sure you guys don't get beat up deep on the double moves.
So Bulldog offense. Garton has his heels at the 2-yard line. Another false start now. A self-inflicted penalty will bring it half the distance to the goal. Everything coming up Muskie right now with 3:25 to play in the first quarter.
And again, you should see Coach Hawkins will probably loosen up his outside defenders a little bit. You know, you don't want to be giving up any hitch and goes or chair routes here. And we'll see there if that number 2 receiver runs the chair route, or maybe they'll try to go the screen route. But here you're getting into the being careful. You don't want to get a
sack, too.
Yeah, you don't want to give up the safety.
Muscatine sprint out for Garton. Completes it to Ripple. And he is forced out of bounds by Diego Rangel. So they get a chunk of it back, but nowhere close to the first down, and that'll bring 4th and 20, 4th and 15 for Bettendorf.
Well, a nice job by Muscatine there. You play kind of a soft defense. Again, you don't want to have a guy slip or bite on a move and give up a big play. You know, you've got to get the ball back when you're in a situation like that. Muskies do a great job. They keep the play in front of them. Diego comes up, makes the tackle. Going to get the ball back.
Rangel and Ocampo back deep for the Muskies off of the Becaris punt as Bettendorf's shield punt team comes on. So 4th and long. Snap is to Becaris. And that's a high punt. Fair catch signaled by Diego Rangel.
Well, I've just been really impressed with Muskie's punt returns this year in terms of especially Diego. Fair catches, getting the ball, controlling it, not giving up needless yards on you know, fortuitous bounces for the offense.
Yeah, those are sometimes plays in special teams that make a huge difference in the outcome of a game.
Yeah, they're really unheralded. But I'm telling you, when you could start with that ball on the 46 instead of starting with it on the 32, that's a big difference.
It's huge. Eli Gay brings his offense out for the 2nd time tonight as Muscatine scored on the scoop and score on defense. The give is to Cooper over the right side. He breaks it upfield. Mentor Cooper, gain of about 8 on first down.
Yeah, looking real silky out there. I mean, just, again, great combination from him of power and speed.
And we've not even seen the program's all-time leading rusher, Tim Nimley, tonight. Mentor Cooper leading the way on the ground with Eli Gay at quarterback. Just under 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Snap is to Gay. Cooper tries to break free and break a tackle, but he's tripped up.
Too many bodies to run away from there.
Tripped up by number 42, Bradley Hill. So the Bettendorf defense holds on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Muskies.
Wrecker in the backfield there.
Eli keeps it. It's a naked boot. He tries to make a man miss. He's successful. He cuts upfield, and that's going to be a first down. We do have a late flag coming in here, though.
Well, and that was a true naked boot. They pulled Xander Stolfus towards the upper part of your screen, and here came Eli back to the weaker side and made something happen.
And it looks like we might have a holding call. Is the head official, the white hat, is the one who threw the flag. An illegal block in the back. So that's going to negate the first down. It looks like they may have called that on Prince Wee. I'd like to go back and watch that replay to see if he was still engaged with him before he turned. The sophomore game we mentioned went into overtime. The Muscatine sophomores had 3 touchdowns called back on penalties tonight, and we're hoping that trend as Muskies doesn't bleed into the varsity game. So it'll make it 3rd and 11 now for the Muskies. 1:50 to go.
Bettendorf's going to pin the airs back and come with a lot of pressure, you would expect. Really try to take away that run.
Quarterback sweep with Eli Gay. He's going to try to reverse field. There's just nowhere for him to go, as Griffin Little and company swallow up Gay on 3rd down.
Well, and there's just a little bit too much film of us being in 3rd and long and bringing that tight bunch there where you got the 3 receivers and kind of that arrow formation and trying to run that sweep. That's we're going to have a couple variations off that because that's a little easy to sniff out.
So Xander Morgan will come on for the 2nd time to punt tonight. 1:15 and counting in the first quarter. It's 4th and 19 as both defenses responding to some adversity throughout this game. See the rugby punt. Xander Morgan comes out. Good kick from Morgan. Fair catch signaled for by Numkana. And it'll be 1st and 10, Bettendorf from their own 27-yard line. Penalties can be devastating. We saw for Bettendorf on that last drive a false start to push them back after a high snap. Both teams definitely wanted to eliminate the penalties.
Well, yeah, I mean, you negate a 1st down, and all of a sudden you're in 3rd and long, which is, as we've already talked about tonight, not a position that this particular offense wants to find itself in. And, they end up punting the ball away. So here comes the defense, and hopefully get another big stop.
Zach Garton leads the Bulldogs onto the field. 54 seconds to go in the first quarter. They give it to Cole. Cole breaks a tackle, now bounces it outside, but he is taken down by the eraser himself, George Ocampo.
Nice job by George there to come up from the safety position and make the play. Bulldogs look like they had a little bit of edge on the Muskies there, and George was able to come up and shut that down. And again, when you've got a big physical, not that big, but he's very physical, speedy safety that is not afraid to come up and get contact, you're going to be able to make those plays.
I believe his defensive backs coach, Matt Schultz, calls him the Grim Reaper. Garton calls the snap. They fake it to Numkana, and Garton's going to keep it over right tackle. And that's going to be tackle made by Anthony Sanchez. It'll be like a 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Muscatine scores on a defensive touchdown, scoop and score by Reed Olsis to give them a 7-0 lead. We're going to step away here for 60 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
You're going to want to go check out Bark Chiropractic's new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine. Whether you need a basic, athletic, or accident injury treated, have a specific body problem such as back pain, leg pain, arm pain, or a spinal condition, need pain relief, or just want to improve your overall health, and no matter what your age, from infants to adults, Bark Chiropractic may have a solution for you. Call to make an appointment today. They're excited to see you at their new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine.
And we're back at Muscatine Community Stadium. Ben Neitzel and Joel Kraushaar on the call at the beginning of the second quarter, as it's 3rd and 3 as the Muskies lead Bettendorf 7-0. Muscatine scoring on a defensive touchdown in the first quarter, a fumble return for touchdown by Reed Olsis. And the Muscatine defense looking to hold again here on 3rd down. Garton's in the shotgun.
Showing the blitz with Josh Thomas.
Garton's going to keep it again and fake the jet sweep, and he's got some room to go. Garton over the 50-yard line, and there's David Dalby. We mentioned him in the pregame, one of the best open field tacklers we've seen in a while, saving another big gain, or what could have been an even bigger gain.
Yeah, a little over-penetration there from Muscatine, trying to make something happen quick and take away that 1st down opportunity. Bettendorf was able to capitalize, get up there, and get a big run when they needed it.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, just over the 45-yard line of Muscatine. As we're in the second quarter, just the beginning of the second quarter. The Bulldogs looking to get something moving here on offense. They give it to Cole. He's got a big seam, and he jets up. He's in open field, and Cole is going inside the 10-yard line. They're going to tackle him right at the 2, so a big run for the senior running back.
Well, and that's a miscue by the Muskie linebackers there. They over-pursued. They saw the flow going towards the bottom of the screen, over-pursued that way. Bettendorf kid put his foot in the ground and cut back. And you're taught when you're in that backside linebacker position, you've got to slow play because you are responsible for that cutback. They weren't there. Big play for the Bulldogs, setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal for Bettendorf. Mkana split out wide right. Late substitution coming on for Bettendorf. Needed a center, it looks like. Garten, he gives it to Cole. Cole cuts it up. Nice cut by that young man. Touchdown, Bettendorf.
Well, he's lucky. He's quick because I'll tell you, TD came through there like there was nobody on him. He looked like a sumo guy just popping guys back with his hand and almost made the play in the backfield, but the Bettendorf kid scored around him and got in the end zone.
So touchdown, Bettendorf. Extra point team on to try to tie this up at 7. 11 minutes on the nose left in the second quarter. Cole showing how he's gotten to the end zone so many times already this year with that series. Josh Pizer on to kick the extra point. And that kick is good. So that'll tie it up at 7. It's all tied up here at Muscatine. Muskie 7, Bulldog 7. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you in 30 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of.
And we are back as Bettendorf kicks off after scoring. And that ball is going to get to Prince Wee at his own 10-yard line. Prince breaks the tackle, and he's off to the race. Oh, great potential. Huge play. Actually, that was David Wanty on the return. Macau Smith Reed with a huge tackle saved a big field position switch for the Muskies.
Yeah, it looked like Prince might go there for a second. He did a nice job squirting through. Looked like he had a hole and just kind of got a shoe from behind.
And so that'll give Muscatine field position at their own 22-yard line as Eli Gay and company come out 1st and 10 with 10:54 to play here in the second quarter. Pleasant Valley leading Davenport West 42-0 at halftime. The give is now to Tim Nimley, who's in the ball game. And Tim with a big run on first down.
Yeah, and we'll reset it there. Joel, looks like we actually were out to the 27, so this drive is starting from the 27 here.
I got switched around. I apologize for that. 2nd and 3 for the Muskies. Gay's going to keep it on. He's going to go off the left side, and he's going to fight for a first down.
The old spinaroonie for the first down there. Nice job. Kept his feet and was able to get where he needed to be.
1st and 10 for the Muskies. And Nimley, who's battled some injuries all season long, has been an all-state running back, a state qualifier in wrestling as well. Fine athlete in the program's all-time leading rusher. Eli Gay, he takes the snap, and he's going to keep it, fake it to Nimley. And he is met in the hole by Kane Schmidt, the 5'10", 230-pound linebacker.
Yeah, Bulldogs were not buying what Eli was selling there.
Is it a rule that the middle linebacker for Bettendorf has to wear number 43? A long history of that number. That's 9:45 to play here. 2nd and 10. Eli Gay gives it now to Nimley. He goes off right tackle. He's going to get a couple yards, make it 3rd and 7 here. So a short gain on 2nd down for Muscatine. So Muscatine trying to get something going here in the second quarter offensively. They have had to punt all of their possessions tonight, actually. The lone touchdown coming on defense for the Muskies. Eli Gay fakes it to Nimley, and he is tackled for a loss. And there is Schmidt again.
Yeah, Eli's got to give that ball there. He tried to do a little bit too much. Schmidt came through the line pretty quickly, made a nice play, and 4th and long.
So Xander Morgan coming on to punt again for the Muskies. So we have just under 8:40 to play here in the first half. We're all tied up. And this has kind of gone about how I thought it might go tonight, Ben. Both teams seem to be pretty evenly matched. Xander Morgan, he gets it off, and it's going to get a little bit of a Muskie roll. And that's going to find its way down to just inside the 25-yard line of Bettendorf. Nice punt by Xander Morgan.
Yeah, nice job, and under a little bit of duress there, too. Bettendorf brought a little bit of pressure. They did a nice job splitting out with the rugby kick, which went to the top of the screen. Brought guys coming in from that top side and put Xander under pressure. He kept us cool, got a nice punt off, and put the Muskie defense in a nice position here on getting Bettendorf the ball back on the 22.
So Bettendorf will take over as Garton brings his offense on the field.
Jet sweep here.
So jet sweep to Numkana. Reed Olsis turns it back inside, but Numkana able to break some tackles.
Well, and what a block by T.J. Bogan out there, number 10 for the Bulldogs. Just flattened one of our guys and really set that edge for that play to go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bettendorf, just outside their own 35-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the half. Olsis tried to keep that turned into his pursuit, but Numkana, just a fine athlete, able to still get it outside.
Yeah, he kind of came up underneath Olsis and then was able to bend it back outside. But that's where you got to get that inside linebacker play that's running and sees that and is able to close that inside out.
Garton sprints out to the left. He's got Numkana, who bobbles it incomplete. Had some open field.
Yeah, he did. Dangerous play for Bettendorf there. You get that 2 or 3 bobbles, and all of a sudden you start getting into pickoff time.
Yeah. So I'll make it 2nd and 10, 7:37 to go here in the first half. Muscatine's defense trying to hold the Bulldogs and get their offense a chance to score here again before the half. Bettendorf did receive the opening kickoff of the game, so the Muskies will return the ball to begin the second half. We got a lot of time before we get there. Garton with Numkana in motion. They fake it to Numkana. They give it to Porter. Porter comes up the middle, gain of about 2 or 3.
Little sloppy from the Bulldogs there. I'm surprised. So there you're trying to give the impression you're going to run the jet sweep, but then you're going to bring the trap back to that side that the sweep came from. You're hoping to get that team to shift over. Didn't look a lot like their jet sweep play, though. Guys are just kind of not as crisp as we usually see from the Bulldogs, where it's really hard to distinguish, is this the jet sweep or is this the trap? Pretty obvious that was the trap there.
3rd and 6 for Bettendorf. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Garton splits out left. Interception! Intercepted by Diego Rangel. And he's going to step out of bounds, but another takeaway for the Muskies.
Well, and that's just a great job by the defense there. Bettendorf sprinted out. Linebackers slid with him just like they're supposed to do, staying in their zones. And he threw that ball up, a little underthrown. Diego used his athleticism, get up and grab it and get going.
Great play by the senior linebacker. Another takeaway for this Muscatine defense as the offense trying to get things going after the defense switches the momentum.
Well, and just when you needed it too, really.
6:50 to go here in the second quarter as the Muskies start in Bettendorf territory at their own 37-yard line. Snap is to Gay, and he gives it to Nimley. Nimley with the seam, drops his shoulder. First down, Tim Nimley.
Well, and that looked like a lot more what we were used to. Great power, great strength, and speed right through the hole there. And guys trying to arm tackle are not going to be successful if Tim's running like that.
1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line, right around the 25 for the Muskies. They give it to Nimley again, and he is met in the backfield, but he picks his way to maybe a short gain. No gain for the Muskies.
Well, nice job there, too, by Raker. I mean, I know he didn't probably start the season thinking he was going to be in a fullback position coming through holes and blasting guys, despite being a really big physical kid. But he's doing a nice job tonight of really leading those running backs through holes.
So the Muskies split 2 receivers out left, 1 up top. Eli Gay brings Wee in motion. Fakes the sweep, and here goes Gay. And he is met by Schmidt again and tries to climb his way.
Well, nice job by Bettendorf there. They were not fooled by the jet sweep motion. Again, with that jet sweep, your backside's not going to be able to make a play if you do give the jet sweep. So what you're really trying to coach those backside kids up on is stay in your gaps, stay home. If they run the trap, if they bring the quarterback back towards you, especially like when you got an athletic kid like Eli, be home and be ready to make that play. They did that there, and that's why that play went for no gain.
So 5:30 to play here in the first half. 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 for the Muskies. Eli Gay takes a snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He finds Recker down the seam. First down, Muskies. Find the tight end. Nice pitch and catch for the Muskies.
Well, and it's critical. It's something they've got to be able to do. They've got to be able to throw that ball in those situations. They did that there. Great play. Nice throw. And Recker, what a catch in traffic. Knew he was going to get hit. Hung on. Got the first down.
That ball is snapped. Eli Gay is going to get tackled for loss.
Well, and he's just having no success going to the outside. He's got to give that ball a little bit, and he's not finding much success on pulling it and looking around the edge. Bettendorf obviously very well coached, scouting the Muskies here. They've got defensive ends sticking around on the outside edge, looking for Eli to pull.
And Kane Schmidt kind of spying Gay throughout this defensive series. 4:45 to play in the first half. 2nd and 12 for the Muskies. They give it to Nimley. He jumps over a defender, and he's upended. It's just going to be a gain of about 4, making it 3rd and 9. So the Muskies are now inside the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone here in the second quarter. 4:20 to play. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Muskies as they are trying to take the lead off of the Diego Rangel interception. Gay sprints out right, looking to pass. He's throwing to the sticks just outside, intended for Dalby. But an important play, if anything, just to keep Bettendorf's defense honest.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see the conversion there, but again, 3rd and long, you're pressed into your red zone, so their defense is going to be compact. Tough to make that through the ground, especially against a pretty stout Bettendorf defense. So you throw the ball here, maybe something good happens for you. If nothing else, as you said, Bettendorf's going to have to start thinking a little bit about the pass now. I like that.
Prince Wee on for the field goal attempt. It's going to be a 30-yarder for the left footer. 3:58 here to go in the first half. 4th and 10. Snap. Kick is up, and the kick's going to be short. And it's going to get into the end zone, so that will be a touchback. The field goal's no good. So Bettendorf will take over after Muscatine misses the field goal, but it'll be a positive field position switch for the Muskies.
Yeah, and I know Coach will be happy about that, but again, you want to get points off a big turnover, driving down the field. You'd love to see that get converted into some points. I know it's going to be disappointing, but again, stay with it. This is a good team, so keep battling.
We'll take a quick 30-second break as they get a water break here at Muscatine. We're all tied at 7 between the Bulldogs and the Muskies.
You know RIVO as expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium as the Muskies and the Bettendorf Bulldogs are tied at 7 on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Kraushaar and my partner Ben Neitzel here. 3:54 to go here in the first half. Ben, a couple scores around the area. Wilton leading Dyersville-Beckman 10-0 right now. And Davenport West still trailing Pleasant Valley. I'm not sure that one's going to go so well for the Falcons.
No, it could be a short night.
It was 42-0 at halftime as Bettendorf now comes in for their most recent possession. It's 1st and 10 at their own 20 after Prince William missed a field goal on as Muscatine's last offensive possession.
Well, defense is playing really good. You're going to need to lean on them a little bit here and hopefully get the ball back in a nice field position.
2 takeaways for this Muscatine defense, one resulting in a touchdown by Reed Olsis. Garton gives it to Cole. Cole comes up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 for the Bulldogs on first down, maybe 5.
It's interesting there as their running backs getting, the jet motion guys getting deeper and deeper there. You wonder, are they trying to set up some double pass, or it doesn't make a lot of sense why he would go backwards like that if you're going to run the draw or run the trap, but we'll see what happens. Maybe they're setting something up a little bit later.
Just under 3:20 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs. Numkana in motion. They swing it out to Numkana.
That's a fumble.
That might be a backwards pass. And it's going to be Muskie ball. Oh, did Numkana get it back?
He might have got it back.
That's going to be tough. I can't see. Numkana was able to reach in and use those big hands to get it back. So big break there for the Bulldogs. As it looks like the Muskies were on it. Numkana able to rescue it.
Again, I don't know what you're setting up there. Is that supposed to be a double pass? Or even if you're trying to get it to him, to Numkana and just give him space to run, you hate to throw that ball backwards, and that's exactly why right there.
So that'll make it 3rd and 11 now for the Bulldogs, and a huge loss on that play.
Yeah, but they really dodged the bullet. That looked like, boy, you'd have put the mortgage on Muskie's getting that ball back there in the middle of that play. It looked like there was no chance we weren't getting it.
And that would have given Muscatine ball deep in Bettendorf territory, but nevertheless, Garton with 3rd and 11 brings his offense back to the field. They run a little reverse here now to Numkana, and the Muskies do stay home. Nick Peterson staying home, and a short gain for the Bulldogs.
Well, and Nick did a nice job covering himself up there, so he stayed home, but he got a little too deep. He recognized that, and luckily Nick's the kind of athlete that can maybe make a little mistake and still get back into it. He's able to retrace his steps and make that play on the reverse. Nice job by Nick Peterson, and nice job course correcting.
It helps having that long wingspan that he has to get that reach.
Yep, close that distance.
It's 4th and 8 for the Bulldogs here as their punt team, but Karras, the punter, comes on with Diego Rangel deep for the Muskies. So good stand here for Muscatine with just under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And the Muskies should get the ball back with decent field position here. Rugby kick by Becaris. Fair caught by Rangel inside the 50-yard line at the Bettendorf 46.
Boy, he just made that look easy all year long, and it is not that easy.
Nope.
I promise you.
Yeah, that is a decisive fair catch, and there's a player not far from him, and the Muskies almost blocked that kick. That would have been a big turn of events. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Muscatine.
Well, when you've knocked at the door, really, really would be try to get some points here. You're going to get the ball back to start the second half, but if you can put 3 or especially 7 on the board, how big is that heading into halftime?
3 timeouts for the Muskies as Eli Gay brings the offense on with Tim Nimley in the backfield. The give is to Tim, and he goes to the outside, and he's trying to make something go here. Tim gets the corner. We do have a flag now on the play.
That's not in a zone that's very good for the Muskies.
No. When you get some creativity sometimes from the backs, the The receivers have they're out of position, and I think we're going to have a holding or a block in the back against Muscatine.
Great effort by Tim there, though. Boy, he is so good at getting to that edge and getting that corner turned and getting upfield.
And it is holding on the Muskies, so that will be a 10-yard penalty. But I believe they mark it off from the spot, so it'll be 1st and 18. 1st and 16.
I always like to just let him mark it, then make the call. Then I never look wrong.
Well, I'm used to looking wrong. So that'll put it at the Muscatine 48-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 18, a minute 35 to go here in the first half, as the Muskies looking to get some points on the board going into half. Eli Gay, Tim Nimley, Nolan Recker, David Dalby, Prince Wee, and looks like we've got Huber. Gay's going to keep it. He's going to get met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back.
Well, they brought a lot of, they really showed the sweep there, tried to sell the sweep. But I think you're right. I think Bettendorf has wisely got a spy on Eli, and so somebody is always tracking where he's at, even on what looks to be a true give. And so those fakes are just not having quite the effectiveness because of that spy.
And Bettendorf, I believe, has called a timeout here. Oh, they called They called an illegal formation on the Muskies, so that's why the clock had stopped. So they're going to decline the penalty, making it 2nd and 17. So a minute 5 to go here. The clock should wind. I think they now are trying to communicate on the clock. 1:15 is what they're saying to put back on the clock, I believe. So now we've got some communication going from there. We go. 1:15 now back on the clock. So a minute 15 to play here in the second quarter. Muscatine and Bettendorf tied. It's 2nd and 17, and now the clock winds as Bettendorf declined the penalty for illegal formation. Gay takes the snap. He gives it to Nimley. Nimley up the middle for a gain of about 7. We'll still make it 3rd and 11.
He was just so fast through the hole, he ran into his own guy.
So we're now under a minute. We have 45 seconds and counting here. 28 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, and Coach kind of in a tough spot. If you know you're going to get the first down, boy, you want to conserve your time. But if you don't, you hate to give them the ball back with too much time.
I'm a little surprised that Bettendorf didn't try calling a timeout here. But
yeah,
both teams, I think, happy to go in and make some adjustments. As Eli Gay at 3rd and 12 will take the snap, and they give it to Nimley. Nimley's going to bounce it out right. He cuts back up to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be the last play, I think, of the first half, as we're now under 10 seconds to go and counting.
Yeah, again, interesting. You think Bettendorf might consider just bringing the house on a pump block attempt here. But, again, to your point, maybe just happy to go in 7-7 and see what they can do in the second half.
So we're going to be all tied up as the Muskies 7 and Bettendorf 7 at the end of the first half here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We're going to step away for 3 minutes, and we'll be back with our halftime show presented by Pearl City Media.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility, because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines, or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile Wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
You're going to want to go check out Bark Chiropractic's new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine. Whether you need a basic, athletic, or accident injury treated, have a specific body problem such as back pain, leg pain, arm pain, or a spinal condition, need pain relief, or just want to improve your overall health, and no matter what your age, from infants to adults, Bark Chiropractic may have a solution for you. Call to make an appointment today. They're excited to see you at their new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductible.
You know RIVO as expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
There's
Davenport West trailing Pleasant Valley. I believe it's 49-0 now as they kicked off the second half.
If they were trailing, I was going to leave this game and drive up there and catch the end. That'd be unbelievable.
No, I missed.
No offense to the Muskies.
Yeah, it is definitely not the case. The Spartans are still leading as Muscatine is tied here with Bettendorf at 7-7. As is the beginning of October 2nd here, as we had the full moon last night. We're starting to see some pops of color throughout the leaves, and the foliage is starting to turn. We're also seeing bright pink as we remember those lost to breast cancer and those fighting against the disease that has affected so many. However, Ben, also in October, we will see many dawn a different color, a color that as Muskies we widely don't notice, and that color is purple. We wear purple year-round to support our community schools, but in October, that needs to have additional significance. Purple is the color of domestic violence awareness, which we also call attention to in October. Muscatine is not immune to this plague of violence, and thankfully, we have a beacon of hope here in town. The Muscatine Center for Social Action Domestic Violence Shelter is unique to have in a community of our size, and we need to fund and protect it. As the chaotic nature of 2020 caused many of us to leave our places of work and school and retreat to our homes, that meant many were forced back into the very environment that they feel the most unsafe, their own home. While many still live in fear and tyranny of domestic violence, many in our community have fled to shelter, and year to date, the MCSA Shelter for Domestic Violence has provided 2,096 nights of shelter for women and children in our community. That's an average of almost 8 women and children per night seeking refuge from the threats of domestic violence in Muscatine. I'm asking as a community that we continue to support this cause. The MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter is supported almost exclusively by independent local funding sources. If you would like to support this cause by volunteering or donating financially, please visit mcsaiowa.org. If you are hearing this or watching this and are in need of help leaving an abusive situation or know of someone in need of these services, please call the MCSA Domestic Violence Crisis Hotline at 563-263-8080. That's 563-263-8080, which is available 24/7. As Muskies, we wear purple with pride. Let us as Muskies view purple with pride, but also as a symbol of hope and healing for the victims of domestic violence, rape, and sexual assault in our community. I ask you to consider supporting the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter so as a community we can continue to provide a safe place to land for victims of domestic violence. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to break down the first half here at Muscatine Community Stadium. It's the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
No place like home. And Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
And welcome back to Muscatine High School Community Stadium. The Muscatine Muskies and the Bettendorf Bulldogs are facing off. It's the beginning of the second half. Joel Kraushaar and Ben Neitzel here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. And Ben, tie ball game was really a big play for the Muskie defense early. The scoop and score by Reed Olsis to get them on the board. And then really the defenses of both teams kind of matching serves until Ryan Cole was able to break a big run to the 2-yard line and then get in on the next play.
Yeah, not a lot of offense in the first half. Nice job by the defenses. Again, give a couple first downs and force the punt on both sides. Kind of traded field position back and forth, and be interesting to see what kind of adjustments were made at halftime here, if the offense have anything different to try to get through these defenses and get some balls into the end zone.
And what is a brisk October night? This is football weather at its finest. You've got last night we had the harvest moon. We still have a nice bright moon though tonight as well. And these are the sort of nights that you just live for as a football coach and player. The cool, crisp October air that means something for playoffs as both teams trying to find a way to a first-round bye in 2 weeks.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think you can't underestimate the implications of this game and what it might do in terms of whether you've got to go on the road or whether you've got a home game to start those playoffs off. So, I think you really – everything to play for. And then, of course, old-time MAC rivals and both teams, Bettendorf certainly doesn't want to ever let Muscatine get one over on them. And for the Muskies, it's always, exciting to get fired up and go after Bettendorf. And so, a lot of history in this game. And then, to your point, a lot of present-day implications on what may or may not happen. Yeah,
so many historical MAC conference championships went through Bettendorf. That was the team you had to beat to get to the crown. And the last few years, that momentum – obviously, we don't have the MAC anymore, but in this season that feels like a MAC season, as most of the teams on the schedule are those old traditional rivals, you still have to you view Bettendorf in the black and gold as a Muscatine fan as the team you've got to beat to kind of establish your presence.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always going to be a sort of importance for Muscatine in that kind of game, and anytime you're playing anybody in the MAC, but certainly those upper echelon teams, and nobody's been more consistently in that upper echelon in the last 40 years than Bettendorf.
Going all the way back to the Tavian Banks days in the mid-90s. Did you play against Banks?
I did not. He was a senior my freshman year.
Yeah, just a fine player. Many fine players who have come through Bettendorf and Muscatine. And Muscatine right now, with tremendous leadership in this senior class as far as experience goes. Eli Gay leading the way, leading the way at the quarterback position tonight for the Muskies. Tim Nimley with a big second quarter. Mentor Cooper ran the ball well in the first quarter. Be interesting to see how the Muskie offense comes out and decides who's going to carry the load here in the second half.
Yeah, I thought Mentor looked incredibly strong in the first quarter. Really, some great runs, powerful runs. And then Tim, a little bit of a slow start in the second quarter, but by the end of the second quarter, it looked like flashes of old Tim Nimley, who we'd love to see out there getting the ball and causing all kinds of problems for the defense.
As the Muskies will return the opening kickoff, we're just about 25 seconds away from the beginning of the second half. Our sponsors, Pearl City Construction, River Rehab, and others as we bring you Muskie athletics all year round. Again, we are going to have a basketball season coming right around the corner. We appreciate you tuning in, and we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we're excited to bring you Muskie sports all year long here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We'll have our Eastern Iowa Community College sponsorship player of the game here in the post-game show, along with our Bear of Muscatine players of the game, and then our play of the game too from RIVO Plumbing. So many post-game awards still on the docket as the second half gets ready to get underway here, as Bettendorf will kick off to the Muskies. Kick is going to go to David Wanty. Wanty gets it at the 6. He's trying to get to the Muscatine sideline, and he is upended. Great tackle there from the Bettendorf gunner.
Yeah, nice job shedding a block and then being able to get into David Wanty and make the tackle. I believe that was 31.
Willie Mathis.
Yeah, Willie Mathis. Nice play there by that kid.
So the Muskies will start inside their own 15-yard line as Mathis was able to cut Wanty down.
I'd like to see that offensive line exert themselves a little bit more in this half, Joel. I think that some good plays out of them, but just a little bit more overall dominance would be nice.
Twins formation to the right and left. Mentor Cooper in the backfield with Gay. Quarterback draw from Eli Gay, and he is again met. Is that Kane Schmidt again?
Well, and that's the Muskies there. A little bit of a pull from the left tackle, Trevor Barkalow, who's obviously in for Caden Roberts. He did a nice job pulling through the hole, but he's got to get a little bit more solid contact on that linebacker there to free up Eli.
Nimley back into the ball game for the Muskies. 2nd and 9 from their own 15-yard line. It's the first drive of the second half. Gay gives it to Nimley. Nimley breaks a tackle. fights his way for a gain of about 5. So that'll make it 3rd and 4 for the Muskies.
Well, and you can see one of the adjustments Bettendorf seems to have maybe made at halftime is they're taking those overhang outside linebackers, and now they're putting them inside Muscatine's number 2 receiver. And again, we count receivers from the outside's number 1, next inside's number 2. So let's see if they continue to play inside there and force those receivers into a tough blocking position.
Dalby and Wee split out right. Nolan Raker in the backfield with Nimley and Gay.
Bettendorf come with the weak side blitz here. Number 4 off the edge.
Bobbled snap. They give it to Recker on the little fullback trap. He's going to gain maybe half a yard. So that'll bring 4th down and 2 for the Muskies. 10:25 to play here in the third quarter, bringing Xander Morgan on the field to punt. Now, this deep in your own territory is probably not the place to do it, but Xander Morgan is also one of the quarterbacks on the team and has some skills with the ball in his hand.
No, it doesn't feel like a great idea here, Joel.
No, not here.
Now, he does sometimes have the freedom on this rugby punt to take a look as he sprints out, but again, that's going to be a heart-in-the-mouth situation if he does anything like that.
Morgan gets the punt off. It's a high, almost hit the Bettendorf player just over the 50-yard line. So about a 35-yard punt for Xander Morgan. That'll put the ball right at midfield.
You know, and not his best kick of the night, but I'll tell you, Joel, that was a nice play by him. That snap came back a little bit high. He had to catch it, readjust. There was some pressure coming for sure from the Bulldog. So just to be able to get that thing off cleanly and move the ball down the field was a nice job by him.
So the Bulldogs will come on the offense with Garton at quarterback, Terry at running back, Numkena in the slot to the top of the formation.
Yeah. Trips to that top side there with the tight end on the line of scrimmage.
They give it to Porter. A big hole off the left side.
Well, and they stacked that offensive left side and just ran to it, and Muskies just did not have enough bodies over there to deal with it.
George Ocampo with the tackle, though, is just short of the first down marker. 2nd and 1 from the Muscatine 41-yard line. So the Muskies trying to stop the Bulldogs. 9:20 to play here in the third quarter. Garton sprints out right. Throws it to McKenna. He's going to have the first down, cutting back, trying to get some more. Great hands catch by that senior wide receiver, Numkena.
Well, George Ocampo, again, coming up, making the tackle.
It was a similar play to that they forced a fumble, did the Muskies, and returned it for a touchdown. The secondary trying to strip the ball with some big hits on those types of runs after catches. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 31-yard line.
Slot to the top there.
Garton and Porter in the backfield. Stack formation to the bottom side of the formation. Numkena in motion. They're going to fake the jet sweep. Garton's going to keep it. And he is stacked up. Ocampo and company.
Well, that's a great job there by the Muskie defense. Again, your backside players are not going to make a play on that jet sweep if they give it. So their job is to stay home and see if they come back to the weak side. Bettendorf came back to the weak side there. George and company had stayed home, came up, make a nice play.
It'll be 2nd and 6 now for the Bulldogs. Eight minutes to go here in the third quarter. Garton's going to give it to Porter. Ben back on the left. Close to the first down. Looks like he is going to have enough. So about a 9-yard gain on 2nd down.
Well, that was kind of just the perfect play call against what we had there. Josh Thomas came free onto the offensive right side. They went left and were able to find a little bit of a hole there.
1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 19-yard line for Bettendorf. 7:45 to play here in the third quarter. As the Bulldogs and Garton, he's got Cole back in the backfield with him. The give is to Cole over the left side. He gets the edge. Cole, he is going to get tackled right around the 5-yard line, just inside the 5. So it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs.
Well, and that's on the Muskies outside linebacking there. You're charged with the outside contain. You've got to stay home. You've got to press outside in. If a guy's coming at you, you've got to force him to make that cut back in your inside linebacker. If he gets outside you, that's going to be the result.
So the Bulldog offense with 2 wide receivers to the right, Mkana and Figgy. They give it to Cole. Cole straight ahead. Touchdown, Bettendorf.
Well, Coach Hawkins isn't going to be happy with how easy that was.
Ryan Cole taking it right behind the All-State lineman Griffin Little for the touchdown at left guard. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bettendorf takes a 13-7 lead with an extra point to come. That was just some power football there in that series for Bettendorf, Ben.
Yeah, it was. They did a nice job, controlling the line of scrimmage, and Muscatine got to be a little bit more disciplined.
Extra point by Josh Pelzer is good, so Bettendorf takes a 14-7 lead. We're going to step away for 30 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You're going to want to go check out Bark Chiropractic's new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine. Whether you need a basic, athletic, or accident injury treated, have a specific body problem such as back pain, leg pain, arm pain, or a spinal condition, need pain relief, or just want to improve your overall health, and no matter what your age, from infants to adults, Bark Chiropractic may have a solution for you. Call to make an appointment today. They're excited to see you at their new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine.
Get on a roll.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. The Muscatine Muskies trail the Bettendorf Bulldogs 14-7 with 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Ben, this is a big drive for the Muscatine offense. You can't afford to get into a hole here in the second half with both teams kind of struggling moving the ball.
Joel, I was going to say the same thing. This feels like really a pivotal moment for the Muskies. Great job moving the ball early in this game. Have not had a lot of success lately. Down 7 points, you really need to get something going here, it feels like. Just feels like that moment in the game.
Be a good time for a kick return for a house call. The kick is fielded. That's Mender Cooper. Nice to have your up back also be a guy who's rushing for over 600 yards this year. But Mender Cooper able to get it out over the 25-yard line.
Well, it just shows you what kind of caliber of athlete they've got out there, too, and that's the kind of guy you've got at the up back position. It's very impressive.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Muskies from their own 26-yard line.
Tim Nimley out on the field here for the Muskies. Looks like he's going to start off getting some carries.
And so Muscatine will be 1st and 10. Eli Gay brings his offense out. Prince Wee, David Dalby, and Huber are the wide receivers. Nolan Recker in the H-back, fullback position. Gay's going to keep it. And backside pursuit, there's Kane Schmidt, who's having a day from his linebacker position. We do have an injured player on the field for the Muskies.
Looks like it might be a cramp.
Is that TD? Looks like, yeah, it is. Tongan Deason, the right guard. He's getting stretched out by Nicole Calvert. I don't know why I went with the maiden name. She's been married for a long time.
You're living in 2013, Joel.
I don't
snap out of it.
It's been a long day.
Oh, you got to give some props, too, to Doc Calvert, one of the all-time great 12-year-old pitchers in Muscatine history.
Heinz USA. Heinz USA. 6:30 to go. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to be back in 30 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
With Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductible.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. Tongan Deason, the injured player for the Muskies. It does appear to be just a cramp issue as the trainers are still stretching him out on the field. Ben, we were talking about how this is a really important series for the Muskies. This is a situation where you really can't afford to get down too many more points. Nothing really happening the last few series on the ground. In your opinion, what are some things that maybe the Muskies could do to get the ball moving?
Well, I think block better will help us a little bit.
Right. No, it's simple, but often that's what it is.
I mean, I think, too, though, as we've talked about a little bit, we've got to recognize that they're clearly spying Eli. They're very prepared for him to pull every time he's pulled the ball, if he's had people all over him like a cheap suit. So we need to go maybe a little bit more run design here where he's not getting the ball or he's just going to be 100% part of the fake. He's a great athlete. He's a competitor. He wants to be able to keep that ball and go, and appreciate that about him. But right now, Bettendorf has clearly sussed that out. Very well coached, as we've talked about. And so that option just does not appear to be open. Again, you've got, Tim's running the ball well. Mentor has had a great, first quarter. I think you want to try to get the ball to those guys, see what they can do here, and just try to break something free. And, again, maybe a little fire on those offensive linemen. We've got some tremendous offensive linemen that can push some kids around. I don't care where those other kids are going to. You got guys who can get on blocks and sustain them. Hopefully get those guys fired up a little bit here. Try to push around and just, let's chunk them 8 to 12 yards at a time.
TD on his feet. They're working to get him off the field as far as keeping those muscles stretched out. I know it's a cool night, but it doesn't really matter as your work rate increases. You can still lose enough hydration to have a cramp issue on a cold night.
Well, and sometimes it's almost deceptive, right? Because guys, when it's real hot out, know they need to drink water.
Right.
It's common sense. Sometimes you get some of these cooler, nicer days and you just kind of forget about it, and your body doesn't recognize that just because it's cold you can't cramp.
Absolutely. It's going to be 2nd and 11 when the Muskies and the ball's return to play here. 6:39 to go in the third quarter as the Muskies are looking to move the ball down the field on this Bettendorf football team. As again, TD is on his feet, and they're working to get him off the field. So that will bring in to the ball game. I'm trying to see how that offensive line is shuffled for this group. So you have Xander Stolzfus at right tackle.
With Trevor Barkalow will most likely, I would assume,
Yeah.
come in and play the right guard or the left guard spot, number 50.
Yeah, it is number 50, it appears. Just coming as TD is now slowly being helped off the field by the Muscatine training staff.
Well, and if that's a cramp issue, that's a severe cramp issue.
Yeah. Don't want to speculate too much from our seat here. 6:39 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 11 for the Muskies. Tim Nimley in the backfield with Eli Gay. Nolan Recker, Hubert to split out to the left. Wee and Dalby to the right. As Eli Gay will give it to Nimley over the right side. He's going to get about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9. So 3rd and long is really where Bettendorf has kept Muscatine the last 3 or 4 drives, Ben.
Yeah, and again, we talked about this early in the game. This is not really a position where the Muskies want to be. We just, it's not a 3rd and long type offense that we're able to run right now.
Eli Gay with Tim Nimley in the backfield. He drops back to pass. He fakes, and now he's tucking it. He's trying to make something go. Good pursuit, though, from the Bettendorf defense. And Kane Schmidt again with the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if he was looking for the throw and just didn't feel it, or if that was a design run. Didn't seem like a little chaotic to be a design run. So tried to get to the outside, but again, really feels like they're spying on him, and wherever he's going, he's going to meet at least 1 or 2 Bulldogs that have no other jobs but to keep Eli contained.
It is 4th down, 4th and 6, 4th and 7 as Xander Morgan and the punt team come on. Umkena back deep for Bettendorf. He doesn't seem like he's back far enough.
I would not if we get a hold of one.
High snap. And then it's blocked. Blocked punt. And now Muscatine's going to.
That will not be our ball,
No.
even if we have it.
Right. So the Muskies, while they did get on the ball, it is still Bettendorf football as the punt was blocked by number 41, I believe.
Well, again, great attempt by Xander. I mean, he jumped up to every inch of his height there to grab that ball and not let it go over his head and sail into the end zone. But by the time he did all that, the Bettendorf pressure was too great and just couldn't get it up and out of that kid's, purview in time and get the block, and here we go.
I think it was Jeffrey Spear, actually, with the block for the Bulldogs. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21.
Defense is going to need to dig in here.
Garden at quarterback. He's got Cole to his right. They give it to Cole. They go off the left side, and he cuts in. That's going to be another big gain on 1st down. Looks like it's going to be close to 1st down yardage. They're going to mark him short, so it'll be 2nd and 1 as the Muskies defense trying to stop Bettendorf in their latest trip to the red zone.
Well, Bettendorf's been having a lot of success off tackle.
So Bettendorf with Garton and Cole in the backfield, and Kana split out wide left. They give it to Cole, who's on this little sweep over the left-hand side. He's going to get tackled, but it'll be enough for the 1st down, so it'll be 1st and goal. Some big blocks being thrown out there by the receivers for Bettendorf.
Yep, and with that 3-4 look, that off tackle tends to be an area of weakness because you can crash down that defensive tackle, defensive end, and then be able to pop out that outside linebacker who's got outside contained responsibilities, and it does create a little bit of a soft spot.
And again, Tongan Deason is being worked on the sideline with what we think is a cramp issue, so he's not in the game for the Muskies. Barkalow in at nose guard. They give it to Cole. Cole's going to break a tackle. And he's got the ball down to the 2-yard line. Ryan Cole really been the story of this offense for Bettendorf here since the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, really carried the workload and done a nice job running the ball north-south for him.
So 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Be interesting here. Usually in the goal line situations, the Muskies stay in the 3-4. You're just able to you're going to play man coverage on the outside so you can bring more blitzes, bring more guys up. You don't want many Muskies standing in the end zone because then it's too late to make a play by that point.
Option look here. Garton to Cole, and Cole's going to score another touchdown.
It's a nice call there.
Little speed option look. Cole with another score.
Muskie's got good pressure right off the gate, but because it was the option, the quarterback's able to kick that ball. The Muskie has to respect the quarterback who has the ball, and then the pitch man is wide open to kind of scoot into the end zone.
3:23 to go here. Muscatine now trails 20-7 with the extra point from Pelzer forthcoming.
We had a good look at the block last time. Let's see if we can get in there and put some more pressure on.
Snap. Kick is good. So it's 21-7, Muscatine trails. We're going to be back in 60 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know RIVO as expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. Joel Kraushaar and Ben Neitzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. The kick after the touchdown. David Wanty bobbles it. The ball is still loose on the ground.
Oh, no.
And it is a scrum. And did it go out of bounds?
It appears it's Muskie ball.
It is Muscatine ball. I can't see who recovered it.
I think you might be right, Joel. I think that thing might have ultimately hit the out-of-bounds marker. And
so a fortunate
that's what saved us.
Break for Wanty.
Well, and he bobbled it initially and then tried to grab the handle. And usually if you don't grab it on the second time, it's anybody's game at that point.
But crisis averted in 1st and 10 for the Muskies. 3:18 to play here in the third quarter from the Muscatine 21-yard line. Eli Gay and Tim Nimley in the backfield. Gay fakes the handoff, shovel to Wrecker, and erased by number 4. That is Jack Glenn. Fantastic play, staying with Wrecker.
Well, and that was the true shuttle there. That was forward pass and nice little play designed by the Muskies. But, yeah, the Bettendorf kid made a nice play, Glenn, and was able to come up and make the tackle.
So it'll be a 2-yard loss on first down. 2nd and 12 for the Muskies at their own 18-yard line. The give is to Nimley, and he's just got nowhere to go. Tackled by Ryan Cole and Spears. So 3rd and long again for the Muskies, 3rd and 11 from their own 20-yard line. 2:30 and counting the play here in the third quarter. Bettendorf trying to exert their will a little bit on this Muscatine offense. Eli Gay sprints out right. He's going to tuck it and go now. Just nothing open downfield. And Eli is going to have a gain of 1 or 2, making it 4th and 10.
Nice little job by cutting down the Bettendorf player there by Tim to prevent that from being a sack. But, yeah, just not enough there. Again, the 3rd and long just biting us. We just don't have a great answer right now on 3rd and long against this defense.
And so the last punt attempt was a high snap. Xander Morgan was able to catch it, but it was blocked by the Bulldogs. See if they come after it again here.
Boy, it sure feels like they will, especially into that short corner.
Yeah.
Here comes the pressure. We might have jumped.
Blocked again. And that is going to be recovered by number 46.
Boy, I don't know, Joel.
Austin Barda.
Felt like they maybe got a little bit of an extra jump there off the top side of your screen there. The Bettendorf kid was moving. He might have timed it perfect, but it was real close.
And we mentioned Caden Roberts in street clothes at the beginning of the game, the starting left tackle. He's also the starting long snapper. And the snaps have been okay tonight. I'm not in any way. It's just that is just some attrition at that position with the Roberts injury.
Well, and you got to keep in mind, too, it's not always just about placement. I mean, obviously the one high snap, that snap was in a fine spot, but it's also about the speed at which that snap comes back. And so being able to deliver a really well-placed ball that gets fired back there is not an easy skill.
Garten drops back to pass. He's looking at the post for Numkena, and he overthrows him. Pretty good coverage there for the Muskies.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And, again, they know they got the 12th defender there, which is the back of the end zone.
Dolby on the coverage there with Xander Morgan in the safety position. 1:18 to play in the third quarter. Muscatine trailing 21-7.
Well, and desperately looking for a spark here. Need a little something to get the engines going because right now just coming out pretty flat. Haven't had a lot of success. Just feels like Bettendorf's leaning on them.
The Bulldogs coming out with a kill shot attempt there on that 1st and 10 after the punt block, going for the end zone. Garten with Porter next to him in the backfield. They give it to Porter, and he is met by Barkalow and a gang of Muskies for a loss.
Yeah, nice job by Trevor there. Got a handful of cloth and was not going to let go.
So just under a minute to play here in the third quarter.
Pitbulled him.
3rd and long now for the Muskies, or for the Bulldogs. And this is a down and distance they've been able to, or the Bettendorf's been able to avoid their last several offensive possessions.
Yeah, watching, we'll see. It'll be interesting. Trips to the top looking like they might go pass heavy could also bring the go off tackle to the top side of your screen here too.
Garten, he's back to pass. And there's some pressure. He's met by Reed Olsis. Reed Olsis with the sack.
Nice job by the Muskies there. Good, kind of pinned their ears back and got going and able to make a big play here and bring up a long 4th down for the Bulldogs.
So the clock is running. We're under 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Won't be surprised to see Bettendorf just run this clock out and get to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no wind to speak of tonight, so that's not a factor for us.
So that's going to take us into the fourth quarter. We'll be back. We're going to step away for 60 seconds on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing. A family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
You're going to want to go check out Bark Chiropractic's new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine. Whether you need a basic, athletic, or accident injury treated, have a specific body problem such as back pain, leg pain, arm pain, or a spinal condition, need pain relief, or just want to improve your overall health, and no matter what your age, from infants to adults, Bark Chiropractic may have a solution for you. Call to make an appointment today. They're excited to see you at their new location on the corner of 2nd and Pine in Muscatine.
Welcome back to Muscatine Muskie Stadium. Joel Kraushaar, Ben Neitzel on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Bettendorf with 4th and long here.
We saw the quick kick in this situation earlier in the game. Be interesting to see what they decide to do here. Definitely not in a punt formation.
We're at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and Garton looks like he's going to back up into that quick kick formation. Almost blocked by Josh Thomas. And the punt again.
Boy, that's a nice little kick there. Very reminiscent of former Muskie Matt Wieskamp, who used to do such a nice job with that as the quarterback, being able to drop back and just drop some little pooches in like that. It's a nice weapon to have.
So 11:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine takes over deep in their own territory for the second time tonight. See if the Muscatine offense can get something moving here.
Well, and again, we talked about last drive being important, but I'll tell you, Joel, getting into the fourth quarter here, if we can't get some points here, it's going to be a real long road to hoe.
Gay and Nimley in the backfield with Recker at fullback. Prince Wee split out wide along with Dalby. They give it to Nimley. Nimley dances, and he's still not able to really get anything. In fact, I think he's tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Well, one thing I've got to wonder, too, is, obviously you've got sort of a philosophy, and the Muskies are clearly running the game plan they want to run. Do you get to a point where you need enough points that you maybe think about bringing in
like a Connor Christensen
or Xander, somebody that's going to be able to give you more of a downfield presence because you've just got to push the field?
Eli Gay, quarterback. He's going to sprint out right. He's got a guy open. Prince Wee just unable to keep it in bounds. That throw just let him out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a great catch on a rugby field. We'd have an extra 10 meters there, and it'd be money.
You know it's rugby when it's metric. You're talking meters.
Absolutely.
11:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Eli Gay looking to the sideline.
Again, I like the play call there.
Yeah. Muscatine 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. As the Muskie offense trying to get something going here. High snap. Gay sprints out right. He's going to tuck it and try to keep it here. And he's forced out of bounds. Looks like he's going to be short of the line to gain. Be 4th. And the last 2 punts for the Muskies have been blocked by Bettendorf. This is going to be 4th and 7 from the 10-yard line. See if they've been able to make some adjustments on the protection. Xander Morgan into punt. He gets the kickoff much quicker. Numkana back over his head. He muffs it. And he's trying to find a hole. Numkana bounces back to the left-hand side. And the Muskie defense, and he almost fumbled it again on the hit. Ocampo, Rangel, and company in on the tackle there.
Nice little step by him to break free and get a little bit of extra yardage there.
10:54 to go in the fourth quarter. Bettendorf takes over in the Muscatine territory at the 43-yard line.
Well, and TD down there on the sideline still working to get back in, but does not look like he'll be in anytime soon.
He's got a shoe off. Kind of watching. That's a frustrating feeling, I know, for that young man. So 1st and 10 as Garton and Porter come in, leading this Bettendorf Bulldog offense.
Trips to the top. Nope, sorry. Tight end's down here at the bottom of the screen.
They give it to Porter. Diego Rangel meets him right at the line of scrimmage. Short gain on 1st down for Bettendorf.
Nice job by the defense there. Way to respond. And again, 2nd and long. That's where you want to be as a defensive coordinator for sure.
So 10:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. As the Muskies looking to get the ball back. Bettendorf kind of milking the clock a little bit.
Yep, going to go tight trips again, so you got a tight end down here to the bottom of the screen, trips up to the top side.
And Bakaris, the tight end, had a couple moments in the first half where he was open. Here's the option look with Garton. Strung out, nowhere to go for the Bulldogs.
Nice job by the Muskies there. Not the crispest option you're going to see. Good job, but the Muskies were able to string that out, like you said, and the quarterback didn't attack. If he's a quarterback, you got to attack that inside shoulder of the defender, get him to either turn his shoulders, or if he doesn't, you're going to keep the ball and go up through the line. They didn't do that there, and they were able to make that play for no gain.
Big thank you to RIVO Heating and Plumbing, Eastern Iowa Community College, Bear of Muscatine, First National Bank of Muscatine, Healthy Smiles Family Dentistry, River Rehab, and Pearl City Construction for bringing you Muskie Sports. It's 3rd and 10, just under 9.5 to go here in the ball game. Garton's going to keep it, going over the right-hand side, and the defense stays home, and they're able to get Garton to the ground.
Yeah, nice tackle. Looked like Prince Wee there on the tackle to wrestle him down and make sure he didn't squirt free for the 1st down.
So they'll make it 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs. And both times they've had it in this down and distance, Garton's just done a quick kick, pooch punt that's pinned Muscatine back deep.
Yeah, and you wonder if Coach might get a little frisky here at some point and just decide to
go for it.
Go for it, especially if Muscatine does drop a guy back. But again, got to respect it, and you can't. That's what's so great about having a quarterback that can do this for you. No drop back on the quick kick.
That one's going to get a roll. And inside the 5-yard line again.
Layers upon layers. Muskies were trying to play a game there. If the Bettendorf dropped their quarterback back a couple steps, they were going to drop somebody back to receive that punt. So what Bettendorf do? No drop back, just kick it from 5 yards and away you go. And again, missing a big, tall presence like TD in the middle makes that a little bit easier to do.
So Eli Gay and Mentor Cooper now into the ball will come out for the Muskies. Prince Wee wide right. Huber wide left with Recker in as well. The give is to Cooper. And Cooper's just met with no gain.
Too many white shirts there in the middle.
Actually, it's going to be another loss on 1st down. So right now that Bettendorf defensive line moving the line of scrimmage back as we are just over 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Muscatine trailing. Gay takes the snap. He sprints out right. He's going to take a shot deep. Prince Wee jump ball. And that's caught by Bettendorf, but I think he was out of bounds.
Oh, he was clearly out of bounds.
Yeah, they're calling it incomplete, which is the right call.
Yeah.
So kind of a jump ball there. Prince Wee battled for it, but there were 3 Bulldogs making that pretty tough. So it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 5-yard line. Or just inside the 5.
Well, and this is tough, too, because now after that you've got to think that, if I'm Bettendorf, I'm going to assume Muscatine's going to be very reticent to throw the ball again in the situation. So I'm stacking the box here and trying to stop the run.
Eli Gay and Mentor Cooper, along with Recker in the backfield. Here comes Prince Wee in motion. And Gay's going to try the quarterback sweep, but he gets out of the end zone. But, man, that was almost a safety there for the Muskies.
Well, he's such a good athlete. He's just getting too much attention right now, Joel. We can see that here. Every time he gets the ball and goes, there's two guys committed to making sure he does not have it and he does not get any positive yardage.
So that'll make it 4th and 11. He got back out to the 3, they're saying.
You know, the real difference here in the second half has been we just have not been very crisp on first down. And it's put us into 2nd and long, and, you know, Bettendorf is well coached and smart, and they're able to kind of clamp down on us in that position since we're sort of one-dimensional, and that's been the tail of the tape so far.
Xander Morgan gets the kickoff. That's end over end. And it's going to short and just kind of die right there as Diego Rangel recovers it at the 28-yard line. So good field position for Bettendorf to start this drive.
Yeah, not a great kick, but you got to wonder if he's just a little gun shy from getting blocked. That he's trying so hard to get rid of that ball as fast as possible that he's not able to quite complete the kind of kick that he wants to do if he has more time.
Had his heels on the goal line. That's a stressful situation for a punter. 7 minutes and 6 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Muscatine defense needs maybe a turnover. Interesting to see if they can score again. Muscatine's lone touchdown is on a fumble return for a touchdown. We got offsides on the Muskies. Or actually, they're calling it now. It's on Bettendorf. So a Bettendorf player lined up in the neutral zone. So 1st and 15 after the procedure penalty. Garten and Porter in the backfield.
Trips to the top side for the Bulldogs. Josh Thomas, nice job.
Right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short gain for Bettendorf on that play. So they'll bring up 2nd and 15 for Bettendorf. You know, you hear this called the 4-minute offense where you're kind of running the play clock down. Bettendorf started. They're trying to snap it with the ball right around 6 seconds on that play clock. Garten, he swings it out to Numkana. He's got it in an open field. Inbounds. Six minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Makes it 3rd and about 4 for the Bulldogs. And this is a big 3rd down play for the Muskies.
Yeah, got to have a stop here. Really got to have a stop here.
Because at this point, I think they're still on the fringe of the field goal range. Garten and Porter. It's a sprint out right for Garten. Double move. They do find Ripple for the first down. Numkana was going for the big wheel route on that play.
Well, that drew a lot of the defensive attention, obviously, with how much he's hurt him tonight. So open up the middle. Nice patience by the Bettendorf quarterback there and able to find the open receiver.
5:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. That'll make it 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 11-yard line, at the Muskie 11-yard line. Garten gives it to Cole. Cole stiff arm. He's going to get a few on that play. Nice stiff arm by that young man. Under 5 minutes to play now in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Now under 4.5 minutes to play. As Garten pull in the backfield. High snap. time tonight that the snap has gone over the senior quarterback's head.
At this point is if you do something stupid and they scoop and score again. So just get on top of it, take the big loss, and continue to run that clock.
So 3rd and 16 now as we're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Garten and Cole. This is maybe a screen situation.
Well, they're widening him out.
Gets it to Numkenna. Numkenna, David Dolby again. Hangs on, lets the cavalry come.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all year long. If he gets part of your jersey,
he's not letting go.
No, you're only if you score.
Quarter, that's going to be 4th and 10. Field goal team coming on here for the Bulldogs. Josh Pelzer on, the 5'7", 145-pound junior kicker. This is going to be a 28-yard field goal attempt. And so the Muskies block the kick, and it'll take over at the 19-yard line. So 2:57 to go in the fourth quarter, Ben. That's a good.
You can tell them to start the buses. Here it's obviously a little bit of a tough offense.
Right.
Not a big play offense. So you need 14 points in 3 minutes. We have something that can get some people free. Again, we've got the athletes. We got guys who can break some space and give them that. Got to do it quickly.
We've got an officials timeout, I believe. Both teams benefiting from this stoppage of clock to coach. They've got the athletes to go the distance, but when there's not, it just makes it so easy to stack that box.
Well, I think it just who are good athletes just cheat up, and if they see anything that even smells, worried about getting balls thrown over there. A break thing this year. This is
into place. I don't think thinking about doing for several years, and this year pretty. West Branch defeats Durant 28-21. And Pleasant Valley has defeated Davenport West.
They retook the lead?
Yes, they did. They did.
What was the final there? Do you have a?
I just saw a post that said Spartans win. I'm trying to find the score now.
Oh, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I apologize. I've got so many notifications from sports writers in the area that I'm trying to find the right one.
Well, here we go. Muskies with the ball. 1st and 10, looking for some magic here, Joel.
Eli Gay brings the Muskies out. And now we need to have running some personnel on the field.
We're a guy short.
Nick Peterson comes on to the tight end position. Nolan Recker and Mentor Cooper in the backfield. The give is to Cooper. He cuts it outside. He gets out of bounds. So that will stop the clock.
Yeah, just a nice job by Bettendorf. They're stringing it out. You're running to the short side of the field. Cooper, Mentor running as hard as he can get to that barrier to get around. Just know where to go and forced out of bounds for the short game.
2:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Muskies looking for a miracle comeback here. High snap. And they give the reverse over to Prince Wee. But Bettendorf sniffs it out. And a big tackle for loss there. Was that Jack Glenn again? Nope, that was Mason Stein, I believe.
And it's hard to tell there. On that reverse, what you're really looking for is to get that defense running in one direction and come back the other way. And sometimes with that bobbled snap, everybody kind of smells blood and sort of stops because they think the ball's going to hit the deck. And all of a sudden that momentum you were hoping to have going 100 miles an hour one way is no longer going that way. They're able to plant their feet easier and recover.
So we're just under 2:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and long for the Muskies. Emptying out the formation for Eli Gay as it's 3rd and 11.
Comes the jet sweep.
I'll bring Cooper Wrecker in motion. Gay's going to keep it, and he is tackled for a loss. So make a 4th and long for the Muskies.
Going to bring out the punt team here, and I know that's kind of the conventional wisdom, but
Xander Morgan to punt. So 4th down.
with a minute 40, armchair quarterback here, but you just wonder, can you just try something?
So Morgan on to punt. McKenna back deep. Xander gets a punt off. It's end over end. And they get a Muskie roll, and McKenna dangerously scoops that up. And that's something that...
Yeah, he'll be hearing about that tomorrow in the film room.
Situationally, I know why he did it, because there was minimal risk, but...
Also, he's 18, and he's got dreams of touchdowns.
That is true. That is a constant element that you have to deal with when coaching at this level.
Nice adjustment, though, by Coach Krieger and Coach Ball on those punts. They've gotten away from the rugby punt, which has obviously given Bettendorf all kinds of opportunities to block. They've gone more to a standard safe punt where you're keeping everybody in tight, making that distance the edge players from Bettendorf have to come be greater, and it's translated into better protection, more time for Xander to get that ball off.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with 1:11 to play here in the fourth quarter. They do have a 2-touchdown lead. Porter in the backfield. I think we're going to see a steady dose of the ground game here. Numkena in motion. They give it to Numkena on the jet sweep. He cuts it upfield. He's going to have a gain of about 4. That will keep the clock running. We're under a minute to play here.
Interesting call there to take your stud and run him across the formation and give him the ball to get smashed up 14.
Must be wanting it to be on film for future games.
Well, maybe. That's a possible.
And it looks like we're going to have the victory formation here.
It's a generous interpretation, but you may be correct.
I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt we're having. So the kneel down by Carton. And so it's going to be, I think that's the last snap of the game. The clock is going to run down. And Bettendorf's going to win this game 21-7. And they will move to 3-2 on the year, and the Muskies will move to 2-4 as they will play their last game of the regular season next week here at home again against Davenport Central. And we'll have more with our post-game show. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be back with our post-game show on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know RIVO as expert.
Get on a roll with Pearl City Construction, the local experts in roofing, siding, gutters, and more, where you always work directly with the owner and where homeowners don't pay out of pocket for deductibles. Whether you're planning home improvements months in advance or you're hit with sudden storm damage, you can count on Pearl City Construction to deliver reliable, on-time repairs and installation.
Hi, I'm Rob Wadden, owner of Pearl City Construction. Give us a call or visit us online, and remember, homeowners don't pay out of pocket for their deductible.
You know RIVO as expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
There's no place like home. and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium as the Muskies fall 21-7 to the visiting Bettendorf Bulldogs. Muscatine moves to 2-4 on the year, and Bettendorf moves to 3-2 on the season. Again, we are in week 6 of the Iowa High School Athletic Association football season. Next week is the end of the regular season, and Ben, you got to just move forward. This was a game where Muscatine, they started out scoring first on the scoop and score by Reed Olsis, and then Bettendorf kind of just regained control of the lines of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that they preyed a little bit on the one-dimensionality of the offense, and I know the coaches are aware of that. And again, you're dealing with the hand you're dealt. Your starting quarterback is out. Right now you don't know if you're going to get him back. Obviously, we have great runners, but Bettendorf is well coached. They're always well coached, and so they knew what everybody else knew, which is if you can put enough guys in the box, you're going to be able to have some success. And again, by being able to, not worry as much about the pass, you're able to put a spy on Eli and make sure he can't carry the ball. And so now you're just dealing with that one runner, whether it's Mentor, whether it's Tim, whoever it is. So that hurt us a little bit. Now, some definitely, some signs of life. Muscatine obviously recognizing that, throwing the ball a little bit more. And trying to get a little bit of that downfield game going, trying to loosen things up. But you're going to have to get some completions and some things like that. If you're, it's not just the fact that you're willing to throw it. You got to be able to throw it and look dangerous to get people to loosen up, and that's going to create those running lanes.
And the Muskie defense played well tonight. Really, when you go back and look at this, they had a solid game. Unfortunately, the short field on a couple blocked punts and turnovers gave Bettendorf the opportunity to punch in those 2 touchdowns to win the game, 21-7. Our Eastern Iowa Community College Defensive Player of the Game, Ben. Who we got tonight?
Well, we're going to go a little bit unusual. We're going to go Diego Rangel. Now, Diego did a nice job with a couple tackles and things like that, but I think the big thing for me is special teams. We don't have a special teams play week. Diego's done such a great job tonight and all year of on those punt returns. It's one thing your defense goes out there, you battle hard, you get a 3-and-out. They kick the ball, and then you watch somebody not field the punt, and that punt just rolls and rolls and rolls, and all that yardage you work so hard to protect gets eaten up on bad rolls and stuff. Diego's done a great job all year of fair catching, securing the ball, coming up with some amazing catches in traffic, under pressure, and did so again tonight. Every time Bettendorf punted it, we were fielding that punt and protecting the yardage, putting our offense in the best possible situation to be successful, and that's the defensive job. So great job by Diego Rangel on the defensive side of the ball, but then especially in those special teams fielding those punts.
And then our RIVO Plumbing play of the game.
Well, I think our play of the game is pretty obvious. The strip early in the game, and then the scoop and score by Reed Olsis to get that ball in, give Muscatine the early lead, and really get this crowd fired up in the first quarter.
And then our Bear of Muscatine offensive player of the game.
It's a little bit of a tough call when you don't score any points, but I think Nolan Recker has done a great job all season long of, he's really, with the change of quarterbacks, the role he was going to play initially I think has certainly changed. And so instead of being split out wide and looking for balls, he's been moved in as a fullback position, not going to get as many touches, but going to do a lot more hard work. And so really doing a great job of coming up through the hole, getting big blocks on senior kids. He's just a junior. He's got great physical size and speed, but being able to come through that hole hard-nosed and do something that he wasn't asked to do or probably wasn't expecting to do when the season started. And in addition, probably to me, the catch of the night in traffic, big 3rd and 10, caught it. Guys were all over him, knew he was going to get hit, held on, pulled that ball and gave Muskies a first down and put us in a position we were hoping to get some points out of. Didn't work out in that time, but he did his job, got the Muskies that big first down, and great job by that young man tonight. Again, a lot of times it's when you have kids that can step up and do things that they were not expecting to have to do, and they're successful in that goes a long way. So really a lot of great production this year out of the junior, again, albeit in a role that he probably didn't expect, and we certainly didn't expect for him to be playing.
So Nolan Recker, our Bear of Muscatine Offensive Player of the Game. Again, thanks for watching tonight. Muscatine falls 21-7 against Bettendorf, but we're back at it again next week, next Friday, as the Muskies will take on Davenport Central for their final home game of the season, maybe. We don't know what the playoff picture looks like yet. But make sure that you continue to support this team, and we appreciate you watching on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar for my partner Ben Neitzel. Have a great night, everyone.
Take care.